Hello there everyone and welcome back to yet another episode of Dragon Mania Legends. So yesterday we went through and we encountered the glitch for the soccer dragon, which is this little guy right here. I love this egg, by the way. But practically what happened yesterday was there was a major glitch in the game, and this soccer dragon was actually given out to every single player that participated in the event, even if you didn't actually choose the winning side. But anyway, whenever the soccer dragon strikes an opponent with an especially strong attack, it makes a strange noise that sounds an awful lot like goal. I know I've read that before, but I love it. We don't actually have any spots for this guy at the moment. So I'm going to have to move someone from out of one of these habitats. Let's see if we have anyone, because I've been moving things around to make more space in the void habitats. So if we have a void dragon anywhere, then we'll be able to move it. Do we even have one? I'm probably blind, by the way. We have a free metal habitat. There we go. I was like, oh my goodness, we're not going to be able to put him anywhere. But I am slowly making more room. But look at his little shin pads here. Look at you, you little goofball. You little goofy goo. Do you want it? Nah, but he is a rare, so it's not like he's an epic with a bunch of different types or anything. But this guy is practically like the first free dragon that everyone's gotten a hold of, and it was indeed a glitch. And like, there are certain people that have earned up to like 4 of them just randomly, so I don't think it went too hot. And I'm just going to speed these two up. I want to see if we can get lucky, because we are not having much luck with the Siren Dragon, like, at all. I'm gonna be a conspiracy theorist right now, and I'm gonna switch around their order, because this doesn't help the chances at all, but let's do it. That took a very long time for it to process, but yeah, we got nothing out of it yet again. But it is taking forever for me to get a hold of another legendary now. I mean, I guess that's the punishment I get. And is it just me, or is the internet very, very slow right now? Maybe it's not the best idea to go through with the dungeon right now, but you know, I've planned ahead. Let's just go with it. If it crashes and burns, then it's my own fault. But I would have made a few videos between now and the last two, but I've been in quite a lot of pain. Like, I didn't really sleep for very long last night because I was awake most of the night. But hopefully that will not continue. But I did have some plans to do some stuff, but like I said, I've just been really, really dead the last day or two. It's not been good. Well, at least we could come back and get our new dragon and just sort of chill, you know? It's not too bad. But if we get through the dungeon, at least we'll be a little bit closer to getting the monk dragon, whether or not we win him out of the chest, or we just save up the dungeon tokens that we need. Either way, I'm fine with that. But yeah. Whew. And I'm guessing most of you have probably gotten your hands on the polar bear dragon by now, because the polar bear is the new dragon of the week, as I said in the last video. Like, even if the plan was to make the dragons really easy to breed, like the dragons of the week, the wind and fire dragons to breed the polar bear. Am I the only one that's a little bit weirded out by that? Like, you're making an icy bear out of fire. It's just a little bit strange, but what do I know? I get that it is just to make it available for every player. And I've had people saying, oh, what would happen if you were doing the tutorial and you accidentally ended up breeding the polar bear dragon? Apparently it would just skip the breeding time, but I thought that the dragon that you got out of the tutorial was always set at the smoke dragon. But I don't know. If someone can show me that that's what would actually happen, then that'd be pretty funny. Like, imagine that, your first dragon being a polar bear dragon, but you can't actually place it in a habitat because you have to wait until, like, level, what is it, 10? Level 15? Something like that for the water dragon? I don't remember exactly, but that would kind of really mess up your game, so I don't know how accurate that is. But still, I'm glad that the lower level players here are going to be able to get hold of him. Because I like the challenge of Dragons of the Week, but at the same time, I do realise that there are going to be a lot of, say, like level 30 players or level 40 players that, or even lower than that, that maybe you can't even get any of the Dragons of the Week. But mainly, what I normally end up saying is you should fill out all of your base dragons first before going for Dragons of the Week. So, like, you should breed all of the fire dragons that you can, all of the uncommons, and, well, you should mainly focus on getting all of the common dragons first, then moving over to all the uncommons and the rares, and then you move on to the epics, because it just makes sense, and that was awful from me. But it's just like, if there ever is a Dragon of the Week, most of the time you're going to need one of the epics or one of the common dragons to actually breed it. So it doesn't make sense to prioritise only Dragons of the Week all the time, because otherwise you'll never get your codex finished. Like, that would suck. Like, I know we've almost finished our codex, but geez, it took a long time. It took a very long time, in fact. So, I mean, it's up to you guys in what order you want to do it, honestly, but I would definitely suggest just going through it. Just breeze through it, just take your time, and just don't worry about it all too much. And I did also get some people saying, oh, Dragon Mania is really old now, so maybe it's going to shut down soon. But following that logic, Dragon City should have been shut down, like, how many years ago now? Like, I don't see any notification or any, I don't know, pre-warning that the game plans on shutting down anytime in the near future. Obviously, I don't work for Gameloft or whatever, so it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh yes, the game will thrive for 100 million years. But I think it's pretty safe for now. Just for now. I think you can take my word on the fact that I don't think it's gonna be shutting within the next month or something like that. But we'll see in the future. And my question is will there ever be a Dragon Mania Legends 2? Or will they just keep updating this game? Because people have seen it before with, like, Farmville and all the other random Facebook games that I can think of, where whenever they bring out a insert game title name here, 2 or 3, then the people that have all their progress on their original game are going to be a little bit pissed off because it's not on their second. So, I mean, I'd be upset to not have a Reptar anymore. So I don't know. I really don't know. Would it be a better idea to bring out a completely new game? Or would it just be better to keep updating this? I guess that's a hard decision to make, really. Obviously, you have to move on eventually, but I mean, if you can milk it for as long as possible, why not? I would. If I was a game developer, I would. But I'm not exactly the most experienced person in the world on the subject, so don't take my word for it. Don't go around telling everyone that there's going to be a Dragon Mania Legends 2 because you'll probably be called an idiot. Just saying. But I do not get the weather recently. Like, every day, it looks really cloudy, and yet it is absolutely boiling hot. And by boiling hot, I mean half of the temperature I used to be used to in Australia, but In a country like England, 25 degrees is actually quite hot. And that is Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Just thought I'd point that out. I don't really know Fahrenheit. It's the only place that actually uses Fahrenheit, America. I thought it was. Because I know that every other country I've ever been to, they use Celsius. So is it just a weird American thing? I think I've read that somewhere, but who knows? I'm sure Americans know. Like, what do they use in Canada? Do Canadians use Celsius? I'm having like a mid-mind crisis right now, just considering the temperature of different countries. This is so stupid. But what else would we talk about in Dragon Mania? Something game-related? Psh, psh. As if I'd do something like that. What do you take me for? Come on. But I think we're getting through these dungeon fights relatively quickly these days. I can't really complain about them anymore. But every time it takes a while to move on to the next dragon, I get really, really anxious that the game's broken. Please don't do that, game. Please don't do it now. But I'm just hoping my stomach pain doesn't come back. Like, that was brutal last night. I hope nobody else here is sick or in pain. My question is, how long is this sickness going to last for? It's already taken forever. But as long as I can take like 20 minutes to play this for a little bit, I don't have too much to complain about, do I? There we go, we have finally finished off the dungeon for today. And let's open up this bad boy. What do we get? No dragons in any of them again. Just seeing a dragon makes me feel really lucky half the time. But how many dungeon points do we actually have now? Let's go and do a quick check. 26,000. And when we won the Wizard Dragon, he's actually by far the most expensive, which means that soon enough we'll actually have enough for the Monk Dragon. Obviously the zombie will take a good while, but we'll actually be able to purchase this guy very soon. You watch, the day we buy him will be the day that we actually win him in the dungeon, just to spite us. I know how you work, game. I know you. And we don't even have enough to feed him once here, that's a shame. But that's pretty much where I'm going to be ending it for now. The third match for the Legends 2016 event should be out soon enough, so I'll probably be back then. I'll keep breeding for legendaries, and the Firestorm is going to be gone in a couple of days. Well, just over 2 days, but we should be getting the Ice Cream Dragon after that, which is a legendary I don't have yet, so that's something fun as well. But, like I said, that's where I'm going to be ending it, so good luck with everything, and until next time, I will see you then.